This is JoshTank01 back here with another HTML video. So today we will be going over some more basic tags, some stuff you can add to your body. We'll be going over headings, paragraphs, and images. So the first thing that we're going to go over today is a heading. So that's just exactly how it sounds. It's just a heading. That's all it is. So with these, you just put them wherever you need a heading. At the top of your page, bottom of the page, wherever you kind of need a title thing to go. It's very simple. It's just an H, really. Now, the number represents the size of the text. Now, H1 is the biggest. It is the largest text that you can have with a heading. And it goes all the way down to 6, 6 being the smallest. That's the smallest, size of text that you can have. So, with that, you can just add a heading wherever you need a heading. Now, you're probably asking, well, Josh, the heading's on the left. Wouldn't it look better in the center? Is there any way that I can stick it in the center? You can. Of course, certainly. And we do this with what is known as a division. Division just divides up the page. It adds in little divisions in the page that you can work with. Divisions are nice because it helps organize the way the web page is built. You can use divisions to add in tables, which I'll get into later. You can link divisions with style sheets, which I'll also get into later, to add some aesthetic appeal. You use your divisions for everything. You can control every aspect of every inch of your web page with divisions. So they're kind of cool. They're kind of awesome. They're very useful. Now, one of the basic things is how do you align your division, the stuff inside the division. That's very easy. You just throw in an align center or left or right. Now, because everything's already based on your left side over here, probably you won't use a left, a division align left. Now, in some cases, when you get a little bit more advanced, you will, but I'll explain that in a later video. For right now, we're just going to use center and right. So we'll save. Now, you always have to make sure you save before you go to your page and refresh. I don't know if I covered that in my last video, but I'm covering that now. Make sure you save all the time. Save often, save quickly. You change something, save it. You have to save it anyways for the web page to read, but make sure you save. You don't want it to crash and then you have 200 lines of code that you just programmed and it's gone. So make sure you save very often. I would also suggest that you learn your hotkeys on your keyboard very quickly. It makes this task very quick. So in my case, Control S is save, Control R is refresh. And that just allows you to get everything done quicker. It allows you to speed code, basically, is what that does. And as you can see, our heading is now centered. So the next thing that I'm going to show you how to do is what's known as a paragraph. And that's just as straightforward as a heading. Basically what this does is it tells the browser that this is a paragraph page. And you use this tag to add in text. And there's different ways you can add in text, but this is one of the easiest ways, is to put it inside a paragraph, and then you can move the paragraph wherever you'd like. So you can move it to the left, you can move it to the right, you can add in, if you stick it inside a division, which I always recommend, everything that you do that you want different inside your web page should be in a division, because you can change everything when it's inside a division. When it's out by itself, like currently, not really. There is some stuff that you can do, but it's better to have it inside a division. It just makes everything easier. And that's a paragraph. Pretty straightforward. Very easy. The next thing I'm going to show you how to do is how to insert an image. This tag is one of the few self-closing tags that are out there. Basically, that means you don't it's kind of like this. See how this closes on itself? And the heading also kind of closes on itself, but not really. These kind of do, but not really, because you still have to have another tag. This actually closes on itself, and I'll show that when we get there. But with images, you have to be careful. You have to make sure that you get everything correct. Now, we are going to use an image from it just has to be a very basic image, a JPEG, a GIF, whatever. It doesn't matter. The thing with images is they have to be in the same folder as the HTML document, wherever the page is saved. So this goes back to what I talked about in the first video, where you want to create a folder. And this picture is inside our HTML series folder. And there are ways that you can link images to the page without it being in the folder. And I'll get into that a little bit more as we get a little more advanced. There'll be better videos with the more advanced programming and all the cooler stuff you can do. But these are the basics. Basically what we're doing right now is building your toolbox. This is your toolbox. We're starting out with the small nuts and bolts. You know, the very small screwdrivers of what you want in your toolbox. So with images, you have to make sure that you get everything typed out correctly. So you need to tell the browser what's the name of the file, what it's supposed to display, and what kind of file it is. So in this case, it's code JPEG. And like I said before, this closes on itself. See? You don't have to add in anything extra, it just closes. It's very simple. And boom, you have a picture. That's kind of big. That's huge, actually. That's big for a web page. Let's fix that. Let's fix that. So we'll come in here, and inside the tag, make sure it's inside the tag, but not inside the apostrophes for this guy, throw in a width tag of, let's say, 120. And this is in pixels. Remember that. It's in pixels. There we go. So 120 pixels. We'll save it and refresh. Boom, it's 120 by 120. It's perfect square. So with images, you can change the width, you can change the height, you can change the size. You can even add in hyperlinks, which is going to be the next thing that I cover, which will be in my next video. But this is how you add in an image. The other thing you have to keep in mind with images is you don't want them huge. If you say have a really high definition image that's like 30 megabytes, which is huge, your web page is going to load incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. You really don't want a web page passing, a total web page passing 10 megabits. Right now we're at 1 KB. You don't want a big web page because it's going to take forever to load. And if, say, you're building this for your business, you want a fast loading page, because if a page takes like 2 minutes to load, statistically people click away. They go find something else. So you got to make sure that you keep your page size down to a minimum. So that's about it. That's all I've got for you right now. I hope you enjoyed this video. Hopefully it was informative. Go out and have fun. Experiment with this. I'll have more videos of more stuff that you can do. Just experiment. You're not confined to what I show you to do, because obviously your web pages are not going to look like this. This is just the basic code. This is showing you what you can do with HTML. Go out and have fun. Experiment a little bit. This has been Josh Tank 01. Catch you on the flip side.